everyone. This is one of our recordings of a 45-minute mat Pilates routine. We incorporate exercises on our back, focusing on engaging the core and creating stability through our hips. We do sideline exercises focusing on the glutes and also standing exercises to increase the heart rate and get our balance going. Beautiful, enjoy. Let's take a wide stance with our feet, toes pointed out slightly, bending over to open up through our rib cage, stretch through the side of that body and switching over. A few repetitions here, each side taking a few seconds just to create some movement through our body for the morning. Keep going with this one, everyone. Good. Now stretching over, keep the knees straight, bend through your hips forward, toes, fingers to toes, stretching, feel it through that hamstring. Bring yourself up. Let's go to the other side, starting off with our side bend. Bring ourselves forward, lower fingers to ankle. Again, feeling that stretch through the hamstring. Coming back up. Again to the right. Side bend, lean forward, fingers to toes. Sweeping up and extending to the other side. Bringing yourself up. Let's take those feet a little bit further apart now. So really wide. We're going to lunge to one side. Again, stretch over, come forward. This time you should feel it through that inner thigh. Fingers are touching the mat or touching your ankle. Let's scoop up and shift and change over to the other side. Again, feeling that stretch through the inner thigh this time. If you don't quite get the stretch, then try moving your feet a bit further apart. Switching over. Right side, fingers down to toes. Holding. Bringing yourself up, and other side one last time. Good, let's walk those feet together. Bending down, scooping the fingers up, coming onto the tippy toes, walking the feet out. Dropping one heel at a time. Alright, when we're ready, let's turn to face the top of our mats. We're going to come into lunge position, so wide stance. We're bringing the knee up to our chest, balancing on one leg, and then bringing it back down. Pushing up, hold, back down. So really control this movement. We're focusing on our balance here. We're trying to stand as tall as we can. Head extended up to the roof. Trying to minimize any sort of shake through that leg, through the body. If you want to add a little bit more of a challenge, taking yourself down into a lunge position and pushing up from there. So if your knees don't get too achy with squats and lunges, this is a really good one to try. Great for the quads and great for the glutes. You might be feeling it through your ankles as those muscles work hard to keep our balance. Let's go, 3 more. Great. And when you're ready, turning to face the front now. Let's bring those feet in so they're just hip distance apart. We're going to put our hands behind our head, bringing one knee up, elbow to meet the knee, and back down. We're just going to work the one side to begin with. So really try and crunch through that tummy. Really good work. Thinking about returning that foot to the mat softly. So we're controlling every second of the movement. Beautiful. Let's switch over legs. High knee. Get that elbow to touch. Do a little bit of that crunch through the side. Good. 3 seconds left here. And relaxing down. Let's come to face the top of our mats again. We're going to extend one leg behind us. We've got a slight lean forward with our body. We lift our leg up just an inch, bend that knee so our foot comes up to our bottom. We bring back down, lower and in. Out, slight lift of the foot off the mat, back down and in. So that foot slides along the mat as we bring it in and out. And then we're just lifting an inch before we go into our knee extension. Really squeeze the bottom for this one. Make sure that the back's staying nice and flat. This is a really good one for our glutes and our hamstrings as well, but you will also be feeling it through the supporting leg. Keep going. Got a few more seconds left on this one. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that foot in. Bring yourself up tall. We're going to face the front again. This time, hands behind head. We extend one leg out. Little lift of that leg. Bring the foot back to the mat. And then little dip of the body down and pulling ourselves back up. Lift of the leg, dip of the body. Good. So remember which leg you're using for this. That way when we repeat the exercises, you'll do it on the other side. Really try and bring yourself up by squeezing these side core muscles to pull you back into the center. When we lift that leg, we're trying to keep our body nice and straight, avoiding any lean of the body to the side. Well done. Keep it going for another 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Bringing your feet together. Let's go straight onto the other side now. Foot out, standing nice and tall. We lift it up and we dip elbow to the ground. So think about your head and neck posture in this position as well. We want to be elongated through the back of the neck. That means tucking our chins in, not letting them poke forward. And we want to think about gluing those ribs down so they melt into our stomach. So sometimes the ribs might have a tendency to kind of pop out as our hands come up, and we have to think about sinking them back in. Well done, everyone. Keep going. So really use this hip to lift that leg up and back down. And we're using these tummy muscles to pull ourselves back up into center. Create that resistance with your thoughts. Three, two, and one. Well done. Resting down, let's do a few circles with those shoulders in one direction. Good. Reversing directions. Well done. And when we are all ready, let's face the front of our mats again. We're going into our high knees on the other leg this time. So we're bringing that knee up to our chest, maintaining our balance, and then bringing that foot behind us. Pressing up high, bringing it back. You may go however deep you like with the foot back, so you might go into a full lunge, bringing that back knee to the mat before pressing back up. Listen to your body depending on what it likes. Always aim for precision and control over a greater degree of movement. So start little, and if you feel quite good about that, try and go into the full lunge position, knee up to chest. Lovely work, everyone. Keep it going for another 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Relaxing down, standing back to face the front, going onto that knee to elbow again. So hands behind your head. We bring our knee up, try and keep the body nice and straight, bending that elbow in, trying to touch the knee and back down. Bringing that leg up, knee to elbow, and back down. Remember with this one, we're trying to keep that foot soft. We're trying to lower the leg with control, which can be a hard one, but the more we practice it, then the better it gets. Really nice work, everyone. Let's do one more on this side. Squeeze that core in as you lift the knee up high. Let's switch over, other leg, high knee, elbow in. So you're either going to feel this just subtly through that supporting leg, or perhaps through the side where we're crunching in, trying to engage some of those oblique abdominal muscles. Good. Let's go one more on this side. And relaxing down. Beautiful work. Okay, facing the side of our mat again, or the front of our mat. Slight bend at the hips, nice flat back. We're using our other leg this time. Slide it along the ground. Slight lift into the air, bending at the knee, extending, return to the mat, and back in. So try and keep those toes on the mat until you get the leg fully behind you. Try to avoid any arching through the back as you do this. So you should maintain yourself a nice straight line through that spine. Head also in line, so our eyes should be looking forward. Squeeze that bottom. Again, you might be feeling it through the stabilizing leg, either in the ankle or the hip. You might be feeling it through that glute, which is extending, a little bit in the hamstring, which is providing us with that knee bend. And one more here. Let's go. Beautiful. Standing up tall, little shake out of the hips. We're going to the mat now. So lying down on your sides when you're ready. Pick a side, any side. Lying nice and flat. We are stacked here, so we've got our hips in line with our shoulders. They're on top of each other. We may bend that bottom leg. We're going straight into our side leg lifts. Remember with this one that we're trying to lead up with the heel. Toes pointing forward. Squeezing that bottom as we do so. Squeeze at the top nice and tight. Try and keep that hip or that leg in line with your hip. Avoid bringing it forward. That's going to activate those hip flexors more. So if you feel like you get quite tight through the front of the hip, keep the leg nice and back. Good work. Let's hold the leg at the top now, holding it there, little pulses for 10 seconds. Squeeze that bottom, feel the burn through the hip, aiming to feel it in the back for 3, 2, and 1. Lowering that leg down. Bring those knees together now. We're going to go straight onto a clam, starting with knees out, back down, and then toes up while knees stay together. So we're peeling the knees apart first, and then we're peeling the toes apart. If you're not really feeling it through the back, then try and adjust your feet. So you might need to take the knees a little bit further back. Try a clam from that position. Or maybe you need to bring them a little bit further forward. You can also try them from that position as well. We've got about a 90-degree bend in the knees. Squeeze that bottom nice and tight. Keep the hip where it is. It's not moving in space. It's staying put. Good work, everyone. Going on to just that clam where you pull the knee apart. Keep the knee pulled there, holding the knee where it is, squeezing the bottom, little pulses in this position, up and down. Keep the pulsing. Remember to try and keep that hip nice and steady. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that leg down. 1 minute to go of these clams. We're now lifting the whole leg up and back down. Up and down. Good work, everyone. Make sure you're still breathing. Inhale, deep breath, trying to feel the bottom of the lungs. Exhale, squeeze that leg at the top. Feel the burn through the back of the hip. Remember to try and engage that glute, squeeze it as hard as you can. We don't have too much longer left here, so keep going. Try and get that knee just an inch higher if you can. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relaxing that leg down, give yourself a little massage, a little bottom hit if you need to. And when you're ready, pulling yourself up onto the side, still Going into our mermaid, bending over, pressing yourself up through the arm so we can get a little bit of that tricep working. So push with the weight of your body going through your arm. Keep going, everyone. Lovely work. Try and have your elbow and your fingers in line. They're pointing to the top of your yoga mat. And enjoy the stretch of this one. We're giving our glutes a break for a second. And then we are going to be repeating these exercises on the other side. Elbow comes down, it meets in that, and then we push up, peeling it off as we lift our bodies up. Well done. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Okay, when you're all ready, flipping yourselves over, so coming on to the other side in side lying. Get yourself in a nice comfortable position, resting the head on your forearm. Remember that we've still got our belly tucked in, so we don't want our back to be curved. We want to be in our neutral spine, going onto those single leg lifts, up and down. Leading this movement with your heel. Toes are pointing forward. We're squeezing the glute muscle. And we're trying to keep that leg in line with our hip, not out in front, which a lot of us tend to do. Well done, everyone. It's looking really nice. Keep breathing. We inhale, deep breath and exhale throughout all these movements. It's really important to be able to engage our core, but to still be able to breathe and use the diaphragm on top of that. All right, let's hold that leg up for a few pulses, making sure we're squeezing that belly in, little movements of the leg up and down. Good, keep it going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering that leg down. Beautiful job. Going straight into the clams, so we've got our knees together. We heel them open, close, and then toes. So we're getting some external rotation through those hips. That's going to engage a certain group of muscles, and then some internal rotation, engaging a different muscle as we do that. All important for our hip stability. Try and feel it through the back of your bottom, side of your hips. Good work, everyone. And on your next knee out, let's hold it there. Everyone meeting us in knee out, squeezing, and again, little pulses up at the top of this movement. Try and keep your core as still as possible and this hip as still as possible. For 3, 2, and 1, relaxing down. Good job. Going straight onto our leg lift. Trying to keep that leg parallel to the mat. always working these muscles in our Pilates routines because it's a really important group of muscle to work in helping aid or prevent back pain, hip pain, knee pain, and even ankle pain. So if we don't have the stability through this part of our body, then it can affect everything else lower down. Well done. Hopefully you're all starting to feel that burn. Keep going. See if you can take the knee even higher. We're here for only 10 more seconds. So as high as you can without compromising the rest of your body. 3, 2, and 1. And resting that leg down. Well done. Let's bring ourselves up. Going into our mermaid. So we want to try and keep that elbow in line with our fingers. We're lowering it down to the mat. Stretching, opening up through our body, and then letting the weight fall into that hand as we push back up. Breathing with this one. We're creating some extra room through those ribs. Well done, everybody. Lovely work. Try to create some space in between your shoulder and your ear as well. So don't let that shoulder ride up. We want to keep it peeled down. We're here for 10 more seconds before we move on to our core exercises. In 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful work. Swing those legs around, lying down on your backs when you are ready. Just coming into a gentle knee rock. Allowing to stretch out through the back and through those glutes, which we've just been working hard. Returning the knees up to our neutral position. Let's just start with a few pelvic tilts here. So if you want to put your hand under your back, you can do so. We're arching the back off of the mat, and then we're drawing our belly in to squish down, squishing the back into the mat. So this is a really fundamental movement with Pilates. It teaches us to use our hips separately from our lower back. So drawing that belly up, we create an arch, and then we flatten the back into the mat as we draw the belly in, pull the pelvic floor up. When you're all ready, let's move into our bridges from here. So we need to squish our back onto the mat, peel that tailbone up, squeeze the bottom, lowering back down. So we're just starting with our regular classic bridge, creating that segmental movement as we lead with the tailbone and then come back down from top to bottom. Really nice work. On our next bridge, let's go up. Let's lift those heels off of the mat, both at once, peeling them back down and returning back. So you might want to nudge your feet a little bit closer to your bottom for this one. As you lift both heels off the mat at once, try and keep those hips level. Your hips shouldn't be moving in space. So nice and still. Well Well done, everyone. Keep going. Feel that little lift of your back off of the mat when you return from your bridge. There should be a little bit of relaxation through your spine, a little bit of a natural curve. All right, moving on now, let's lift that bridge up, hold it there, bringing the knees out, in and down. So moving on to our knee pull aparts in this bridge position. Your glutes should start to be feeling this. If they're not, I want you to really think about squeezing them even tighter, keeping that space in between your pubic bone and the belly button as tight as possible when you're at the top of that bridge. So we're drawing a piece of drawstring close. Well done, everyone. Keep going. Had a good few series of bridges here. For 10 more seconds. Really lovely work. 3, 2, and 1. Good job lowering those bridges down. Bringing your hands up into the air. We're going to bring one arm and the same knee out at once and drawing it back into center. Other arm and leg dropping out to the side and back into center. So as you do this movement, one of your hands and one of your knees should be pointing directly up to the roof. We're trying to keep our body as square as possible. We're keeping our backs flat into the mat as we do this. So quite a simple exercise, but one that does require a lot of concentration to ensure that we're creating that stability through our bodies. If you want to try and challenge this, you may bring both legs up into tabletop. Start with a small range, pull together. So naturally your bodies will want to roll out to the side as we drop the weight to one side, but you're using your mind and your body to counteract that. Well done, everyone. 5 seconds left here. 3, 2, and 1. Bringing those hands and feet back into the center. Lower the legs down. We now slide out opposite arm and opposite leg flat and bring back in. Again, quite a simple exercise, but one that does require a lot of concentration. Have a go at this before I give any progressions, remembering that we're focusing on stability, on those hips staying square, belly staying flat into the mat. Beautiful. You've got the option to either keep going with this, otherwise again bring both legs into tabletop. You can take one leg down, one arm down, extend, bring back in, switch, extend, bring back in. So it's like our toe tap and then an extension from there, toe tap on the other side, extension from there. If you're feeling your core working, make sure that you're still breathing. if you want to keep your feet on the ground for this, you can. We're bringing those hands down and doing pulses with our arms. Remember, these are our hundreds. So we breathe in for 5, and then we breathe out for 5. So you can either keep your feet on the ground, maybe with just your toes touching, if that's more comfortable for you. Otherwise, both legs up. Another option is to bring those knees slightly closer to your body. Keep going, everyone. If you can, peel your neck and shoulders off of the mat. As long as you're not straining your neck as you do so. Let's go. We're here for 15 more seconds. Well done. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering down, one leg at a time. Taking a breath in and out. Okay, we are going to straighten one leg out now. Bring it up. Trying our best to keep the other hip still. We're doing little circles with this leg. So we bring it up, we drop it out to the side just a little bit and swoop it through. So there will be a tendency to take it out nice and wide, which you can do. Just make sure that those hips are staying like train tracks, facing up to the roof. Always opt for a smaller range of movement and more control. Good work, everyone. Let's challenge this a little bit by coming onto our tippy toes on that supporting leg. So there's less space of support as we do this one. Breathing out as you scoop that leg around and breathing in as we pull it back up. We're here for 5 more seconds and then switching on to the other side. Okay, when we're ready, extending the other leg. We're almost done, everyone. This is our last exercise for this morning. Remember to stay focused. Don't let those bodies rotate side to side. If they are, then smaller ranges of movement. Even if you feel like you're just doing very miniature circles, that is okay. And if you need to challenge this more, coming onto the tippy toe of that other leg, so peeling that heel off. Really nice work, everyone. Keep going. We breathe in as that leg draws back up to our forehead. We exhale, circle around. Beautiful work. 10 seconds left. Stay focused. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering those legs to the mat, arms out to the side. Let's rock down to 1 and rocking to the other. Stretching one leg over to accentuate that feeling, maybe getting a stretch through the glute. Holding, and let's come to the other side now. Stretching. Beautiful, back into center. Let's hug those knees in, pulling them into the chest, little rotations here, back in the other direction. We bring one knee, one ankle to our knee, going into a glute stretch, try and hug one knee into the chest. Again, little rocks side to side, bringing that stretch on and off. If you don't really feel it too much, you might need to pull your knee back. So pushing that knee with your elbow further away from you. Good, holding and switching over. Opposite ankle to opposite knee. Loop those fingers through the hole and draw that knee into your chest. Again, adding in little rocks side to side. Beautiful. And you can all release the stretch when you're ready.